Hello, I'm Lawrence Belden Smythe, stranger in a strange land. My enhanced English curiosity brought me to this intriguing country to find out more about the people and their customs, because that is what I'm all about, truth. Except for when I'm asleep. I'm pretty sure my dreams aren't real. Anyway, I came to this historic vista to find out more about an American twist on a classic English tradition, university education. I was told that American college life is very different from my formative years at Cambridge Polytechnic.
My in-depth investigative probe took me into the forbidden land of the Sorority House, onto the field for a battle of gladiators known as college football, and underneath an American icon, the cheerleader.
So come join me for some campus cavorting, because my name is Lawrence, and this is America.
I'll pack my favorite trousers, my toothbrush and my comb, 'cause America is calling me.
I chose the state of Georgia for this investigation. Georgia is one of America's most southern states, geographically and philosophically. Its state university resides in Athens. It's very old by American standards, which means it was here before the internet. American universities keep alive ancient customs. One only needs to glance at the local architecture, clearly an obsession with whatever culture invented columns. To learn more, I went undercover on a tour for prospective students. The red shirt was necessary to mask my investigative credentials. As our troop explored the facilities by bus, one thing became clear. This campus was big. So big, you needed a bus to tour the campus.
Who here is not a science major?
When we hit the ground at a place called North Campus, my tour guide suggested this reporter take over the knowledge distribution, give the prospects the fruits of my extensive research, she said. It would have been rude of me to decline.
So we're standing here by this is the famous arch. This was a gift to the university from Napoleon Bonaparte.
Turns out Napoleon had never heard of this university, much less give them anything. I had this place confused with Russia, a common mistake.
This is Old College, and some of the most famous students from Georgia have been here. Alexander Graham Bell, Elvis Presley, and the man who invented lint.
Ah, about that. Apparently, none of those people attended this college. Last time I used MySpace for fact-checking.
So what do you think of the University of Georgia so far?
I love it. It's definitely my first pick for colleges.
Really? Will it pick you?
Oh, God, I hope so.
The chicks on this campus, some of the hottest around, is that going to affect your decision?
A little bit.
Yeah?
A little bit.
So here we are. This is the library here at the University of Georgia. This is where you'll come if you want to look at some books. Interesting books they have, the complete works of Daniel Steele, calculus. What else was there? There was an original first edition of Margaret Mitchell's Gone with the Wind. And the sequel, Back with the Wind.
Apparently there is no sequel to Gone with the Wind by that name. Nor is there really a tooth fairy. My mother has some explaining to do when I get home. Soon after, my tour guide host decided it was time we head back. Young minds can only take so much worldliness, she said. As we disembarked, I discovered at this university, student tour guides and their international companions get paid for this public service.
So how much do I get paid?
Well, you see, we actually only get paid minimum wage, so...
What did I just make?
You just made $6 for that whole tour.
$6?
Yes.
My able and poverty-stricken assistant also confessed to membership in a secret, women's-only society which wallows in Greek traditions. It's called a sorority, and it demands further investigation. I'm at the University of Georgia in Athens, reporting on college life and all its ancient traditions. A tip from a tour guide pointed me toward these large homes with the unintelligible lettering above the door. I'm told they hold large numbers of Greek students. Apparently, American universities are popular with our Aegean neighbors. In keeping with their traditions, men and women live separately in clubs called fraternities and sororities. To learn more, I decided to plunge into the tzatziki. That's Greek for cucumber dip. It's delicious, especially with pita bread. Anyway, I ventured into forbidden territory, a sorority house known as the Tri-Deltas, with its cleverly constructed anti-man devices. I hate balloons.
This is a Greek organization?
It is. It is a Greek organization, one of 18 on this campus.
Do you speak Greek?
No, unfortunately. I speak a little Latin, but not much.
What do you do? Do you eat Greek food and do Greek dancing and stuff? Or is it,
No, we don't.
break out the ouzo and the tiramisu and taramasalata?
I wish. It's a good idea.
So, Athens is not full of genuine Athenians. Greek life means something different in America.
Really?
After donning the uniform, I was given access to real sorority girls, relaxing in their natural state.
Do you have wild parties?
No, absolutely not. Not in the house.
Is that true?
Yes, that's true. We have parties with each other.
Really?
Of course they do. No men are allowed. Next stop, a peek inside the inner sanctum. Bedrooms.
Hi, I'm Kate.
Hi, Kate.
I'm Katie.
I was unable to determine if forcing the members to adopt similar names was part of this sorority's initiation ritual, but the evidence is compelling.
So what are the rules? Am I the first boy that's ever been in your room before?
Except for my dad.
Really?
Yeah, Dad's the only other one.
All right, so it's pleasant,
Bye.
but dull. These young women pay dues to belong to this secret society. They also organise charity events in the car park out back. It was here I discovered the Tri-Delta's secret initiation ritual for new recruits, the bouncy castle. Both dizzying and strangely exciting. In a thoroughly professional way, of course. As I left, I was invited to partake in a traditional farewell.
T-R-I-D-L-T-A, Trials best in every way, don't try the others, try
The male equivalent, in this case a fraternity called AT Horseshoey Thing, gathered their troops for a traditional all-male greeting.
Welcome to America. That's how you say hello?
It's clear American fraternity members take the whole male bonding thing to another level entirely. When I entered the facility, known locally as a frat house, I noticed the members were compelled to wear a uniform, button-down shirts, shorts, and no socks. What is it with Americans and socks? Why do they hate them so much? Anyway, I was given a tour of the living room, the luxurious bathrooms, by French standards anyway.
It is what it is.
And the tasteful yet masculine sleeping chambers. But my reporter's sixth sense could tell I wasn't being given the whole story. Everyone was far too polite and sober. And all the Greek references in these youthful societies shall also remain one of life's great mysteries, along with this particular fraternity's initiation rituals.
That's a secret.
A secret known only unto the Sacred Brotherhood?
To the initiated brothers, that's right.
And so you'd never reveal it to me?
Never.
Does it involve spanking?
Can't reveal that.
Not all students join these Greek but not really Greek clubs. Some pack together in high-rise buildings known as dormitories. This one is reserved for the newest arrivals, known in American universities as freshmen. One ancient ritual uncovered is something called the Freshman 15. These newcomers must gain 15 American pounds of weight in the first year. Not sure why. But handy food dispensers are built into the facilities to make the task easier. When not gaining weight, the freshmen are paired and wedged into small sleeping chambers. To fully understand the experience, I was granted free and exclusive access to roam the halls of this dormitory and immerse myself in American teenage culture.
Can I try out your hammock?
Sure. It's okay. It holds up to 300 pounds, so you should be good to go.
Oh, there's no one in there. Do you get up to hijinks and stuff,
Do what?
Hijinks.
Hijinks.
What is that?
Naughtiness. Rambunctious behaviour in the dorm room.
Sometimes. Not too much, but not really.
So we're definitely on a girls' floor here, aren't we?
The genders are placed on alternate floors, but there's no real privacy, at least not from prominent investigative reporters.
Would you like to do an interview?
Well, I'm fit and decent, but...
That's all right. Do you ever play any pranks on your friends?
Not generally, but is this one?
No. This is a legitimate television show.
Sometimes my probing investigative style can be confronting, but I make no apologies. The truth demands I seek it, even if it's outside a lady's bathroom. Despite its obvious appeal, croquet is not the most popular recreation among men in dorms. No, today's American male teenage student enjoys an activity he can do in his bedroom, alone, or in groups. I refer, of course, to video games.
Hey, guys.
I attempted to acclimatize myself to this modern American teenage obsession and failed. I'm a journalist, not a button pusher. So with that, I bid good night to my freshman friends. Next up, Saturday at the university, which in Athens is called Game Day. I'm immersed in university culture here in Athens, Georgia. At this place at least, Saturdays in autumn are the time for students, ex-students, and would-be students, if they were smart enough, to gather together for a unique bonding ritual known as football, which is American for a bizarre gladiatorial conflict. The actual sport is secondary to the pomp and ceremony that surrounds it. I showed up more than 3 hours before the game, as it's called, and the campus was buzzing with an event known as tailgating.
Tailgating is like friends come together and we have food, bring all this food and a few drinks and coffee and donuts and stuff in the mornings, and then we go to the football game.
Locals have developed special food for this event, like this thing, a loaf of bread filled with ham, chicken and mayonnaise, then smeared with cream cheese. I'll admit it sounded repulsive, but it's local cuisine and one can't offend the natives when in their habitat. Participants must also wear special uniforms displaying their university's colours, logo or mascot. At this university, combinations of black and red were demanded, and in such vast numbers, it made one question if other colours existed.
Cell phone?
The cup holder here.
Pocketbook over there. Georgia's seats.
Georgia seats, a Georgia sweatshirt, Georgia underwear.
No, but I think he has some.
I don't have it on today. I wouldn't show it to you if I did.
You're both quite well dressed. I mean, particularly you. You're wearing sort of a little bit of a cocktail dress here. What?
Yeah, it's just tradition. Girls always get dressed up for games.
It's more of the southern thing, and the southern football games, like the girls like to get dressed up, whereas around America it's not as much of a tradition, but here in Georgia it is.
Why is that?
It's classy. It's classy. It's classy.
It is classy.
Gents can just wear t-shirts and shorts, but the girls must be in a nice dress.
Of course. Football players aren't going to notice boys.
The sea of formally dressed young female students and their slobbish male counterparts is only broken up by attendees who fit no dress code at all.
I am Super Dog.
And this is Super Pup. Super Dog.
If the Bulldogs play, Super Dog will be there.
The rituals, traditions and superstitions go well beyond costume. This event comes complete with ancient war cries.
Go dogs! Sick 'em! Come on, throw off your front foot!
I don't know what he's saying, but apparently players, fellow fans and anyone within about 2 miles find comfort in the shrieking.
American football is the sport of actually putting on helmets, shoulder pads, and beating the other opponent.
Finally, after hours of celebrating an event that hasn't happened yet, it was time to file into the Romanesque stadium and prepare for battle. This particular venue holds 93,000 people, about the entire population of the local region. The comparisons to a Roman gladiatorial battle are everywhere, from giant warriors in mighty uniforms to a buxom princess in her finery, in this case a woman chosen as Miss UGA.
I am a senior at the University of Georgia, majoring in cell biology, minor in dance.
She also has a boyfriend, if you're curious. I asked. This guy doesn't have a boyfriend, at least I think not. This is Ugga, the team's vigorous English bulldog mascot. This handsome beast is a sixth-generation football mascot and was stuffed full of traditional English spirit.
What do you have to say, Ugga?
Maybe a little too full, but that's what we Englishmen are like, wild beasts.
There's slobber all over my microphone.
As for the contest itself, I can honestly say I never actually understood what was happening. Clearly, this is a cultural enigma that must be investigated more fully at a later date. At least the crowd appeared to be getting their money's worth, watching these giant young men push and shove each other in a desperate struggle for something. I'm almost positive there was a ball involved somewhere. Eventually, the game ended. Players, coaches, officials, and global correspondents then entered the locker room.
So who won?
I believe Georgia did.
Georgia did? Yes. Excellent. And, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Are people intimidated by you?
I hope not. I try not to be intimidated. I try to be a friendly person and everything, but some people find me, pretty big as I am, they try to see me intimidated.
I didn't know what he said either, but I was too scared to ask him to repeat it.
We're the big guys. We're the physical guys. We're the guys that play in the trenches, the guys that make everything happen. But, the quarterback going to get all the credit. All the women love him.
And this is the quarterback. Apparently, he's like the captain of the ship. I believe he's awarded this position because he's the most handsome. According to local women, not me, of course. I mean, he's all right, I suppose.
So you must be a bit of a star, right, in this team?
No, it's...
what is it like being the quarterback of the football
fun,
team?
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
It's fun. I have a great time, and I just love playing in front of our fans. We got some crazy fans out there, and they're having a good time, and it's just a blessing to be playing, football here.
During the fearsome battle, I unearthed another ancient ritual, the hurling of nubile young women into the air. I reveal why and how next. During my experience of the American university ritual known as college football, I noticed a group of young women being manhandled for the crowd's amusement. Upon investigation, it appears these women are thrust skyward willingly in an act described as cheerleading. Their aerial gymnastics are designed to encourage enthusiasm among the crowd. When not performing on game day, this group of flexible ladies and their muscly male partners practice in a giant facility known as the Coliseum.
What do you all do to, rehearse?
Here at practice, we stunt a lot. We also go through band dances, motions, cheers, stuff like that. But what we're doing tonight is basically just throwing girls in the air, which is what we call stunning.
Stunting?
Stunting, yeah.
Stunting, throwing girls in the air. You would show me how to stunt?
I will show you how to stunt. Want to learn?
Well, in the interest of objective journalism, I can't say no, so let's have a go, shall we?
The big thing you want to do is look straight up her back line. You want to be, you're going to get to know her pretty quick. So, you ready?
Right, so I do this?
Yeah, right
there.
Yeah. You go down just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Right there's good.
Yeah.
One. Right there. Look up, look up. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Look at there. You're stunning.
I'm stunting! I'm looking at your bottom, Christine.
If my mother's watching, I had to look. I didn't want to cripple this charming, fearless, and surprisingly light young woman.
I'm a cheerleader!
Once a gentleman has held a lady, or stunted, as it's known, apparently it's good manners to then be thrust into the air. Not wanting to offend, I was forced to risk death.
So you're going to step in his biscuits, and then you're going to put your other foot in Jared's, and you're going to stand straight up.
Okay.
All right, ready?
And Chris is going to help you and support you from the back.
All right, here we go.
And stand up. Stand up.
I don't like being a cheerleader!
One more time. Stand up.
You good, you good.
The things I do in the name of truth-seeking.
And stand up. Stand up. You got
can't.
it. You got it, Lauren.
Stand up tall.
Stand up. Stand up tall. All the way up. There you go.
Straighten out your legs.
Let me down, please!
Okay, right there.
Good job, Lauren.
It was terrifying.
The crowd at university sporting events also like watching the women wave balls of Christmas tinsel called pom-poms.
Here we go, Georgia. Here we go. Here we go, Georgia. Here we go. Go Dogs!
The men don't wave balls of foil. Their crowd pleaser, the megaphone.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, there you go.
Please win the football game.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah?
Try bark.
Go Dogs!
These supple students and their gymnastic gesticulations sum up the experience known as college life. I came in search of ancient rituals and historic rites of passage. What I found were young people by the thousands intent on enjoying their youth. Whether they're spending their afternoons luring youngsters to the hallowed halls, lining up to add an extra size to their waistline, helping sick children by jumping up and down, or gathering together in impossibly large numbers to create an ocean of red and black, these people are making the most of their brief time between living with parents and adult responsibilities.
I salute you, university folk, and your ancient traditions. Without your tireless efforts to eat, drink, and be merry, these beautiful old campuses would be practically useless. I mean, what else could you possibly do at an American university? Oh, that's right, of course, education. Well, until next time, reporting and stunting from the University of Georgia in Athens, this is Lawrence Belden Smythe.